seeing all these things, even though I'm an admirer of Modi ji, beyond any personal affiliation, I felt a sense of joy and pride in being an Indian. And Modi ji can invoke that. That's the greatest thing regarding our Prime Minister. And regarding also what Prahlad Joshi ji earlier said, it's Nitya Nutanam Chira Puratanam. That means it is gloriously ancient, but it is evergreen, new, and having innovation. So, that's the whole concept of our parliament too. It is using modern technology, but it is celebrating an ancient civilization and culture. And Modi ji has rightly followed that cultural framework, floral tributes to Father of the Nation, revering our culture, bringing in Sengol. See, it's a great occasion that will go down in history. And these visuals, will stay for centuries to come. It's so sad that the opposition is not coming, and Modi ji going this. He is rather carrying the road of Dharma. The whole idea of Sengol is Sengol. Kol means road, and Sem means righteousness, Dharma, or this is the road of Dharma. Or in Malayalam we call it Sengol, in Tamil they call it Sengol, and it's also invoking glorious Tamil tradition. Perhaps Modi ji is the Prime Minister who has given the maximum amount of encouragement to Tamil. He rightly called Tamil one of the ancient most languages in the world, and it is great to hear a synergy of Sanskrit slokas, Tamil slokas being sung together, and also the anchor there was hosting it in Tamil too. So it's a celebration of North, South, it's a celebration of India together. It's a coming together of everything that
what
we are proud of.
Is saying, so I would like to elaborate further, Raghulishwar. What they are chanting is Tirupugal, Tevaram, the Oduars. They are preceded by Mr. Narendra Modi, and the slokas, what they describe is Sarve Jana Sugino Bhavantu. That means, everyone in the world should be happy. That is the Tamil poet who sung the song 5,000 years ago. That is called Tevaram. And Tevaram is being sung by the Oduars. Oduars are those who chant the mantras, Tamil mantras. They are all permanent staff members of the Adinams. That is why the procession which is coming now in the Adinam, they are entering into the Lok Sabha premises with Adinams. The gentleman who has got a long turban of black hairs, that is the traditional one. Once you get into the Montif position, your crown is given. That is full of the predecessors of a lot of, that is 15 or 16 predecessors have worn that turban.
All right, very significant that they are now with the Prime Minister inside the chamber of the Lok Sabha, where in fact the Prime Minister is any moment now going to install the Sengol. A huge moment indeed. In fact, let me take this across to Shekhar Iyer as well. Shekhar Iyer, a very, very momentous occasion indeed. The Sengol that is being installed inside the Lok Sabha, but of course not without its share of controversy. There are many who have in fact questioned the need for the Sengol itself. There are some who believe that it is a symbol of monarchy and not and it should not have a place in modern democracy. How do you view this, Shekhar Iyer?
No, this is not about monarchy. This is about whoever is tasked with the charge of governance. It is a reminder to those who are being chosen by the people in the modern context to remember justice for all, to remember welfare of all, to remember good governance is the key to the future as well as for the present. This is the kind of message coming because when it was handed over to kings in ancient times, the message was the same. Because kings were, though they were considered, in a situation where they were all powerful because of being the monarch, they had to abide by dharma. And we all know there is no English equivalent of the word dharma. Dharma is beyond righteousness. That requires, you have to keep the welfare of not yourself, as many kings did, and that is how the kingdoms went into disrepute and collapse. But to remember that there are also good kings who remembered to deliver justice, who remembered to ensure that nobody went unfed, nobody went hungry. So these are some of the messages that when tomorrow, when the new parliament starts functioning, when members of parliament sit and debate on several things, they will be reminded that this is the tradition of India. The tradition is that those who are chosen by the people to govern, those who are chosen by people to deliver good governance, they must remember this in mind. I think in a way it is also a message to fight corruption. It's a message to fight selfishness, which has got fully enhanced in the kind of politics that we have seen today. This is a bigger message is there, and also it was mentioned about Tirumurais that were chants that were made. This is all to ward off the ill effects that are caused by the minds that all they can think nothing but evil. They also produce energy, and the whole chance is to disperse those energy, fill the occasion with positive energy, energy that does not discriminate.
Let's just look at these visuals that we're playing out. The Sengol, the scepter with the significant historical background being placed next to the speaker's chair. There you have it. And now every time you see the Lok Sabha function, the scepter is going to be right there. The Sengol with all its significance is going to be right there. The Prime Minister with the Speaker Om Birla placing the Sengol right next to the chair, lighting of the lamp and the floral tributes being given to the Sengol. Very, very significant moment after a lot of talk around it, a lot of debate around it, with the opposition also raising questions. A lot of questions are also still going to remain in the minds of the people. Why was it dismissed as nothing but a walking stick? Why did we not learn about the history of it? Mr. Rajagopalan, every single time as the session is in house, we are going to see the Sengol in all its glory right next to the speaker.
Sengol is a very important spectre in Tamil Nadu. Sengol, as you know, as Madhav and you very well know, every temple in Tamil Nadu will have a Dvajastambam. That is for God. That is for immovable, for movable person, it is Sengol. The Sengol has an effect of drive away the evil forces. That is why the Sengol has been installed, and Prime Minister Narendra Modi has installed it and getting blessings from the all Voduvas and Dharmapura Adinams. They brought it from Banaras and Tamil Nadu, Dharmapura Adinam, Madurai Adinam, Tiruchendur Adinam, Tirupanandar Adinam. Like that, there are 19 Adinams in Tamil Nadu. All of them have come, and they are now blessing the Prime Minister and also the Sengol.
Well, absolutely. In fact, if I can bring in Neerja Chaudhary. Neerja Chaudhary, very interesting to see that how the Prime Minister, while addressing the Adinams yesterday evening, even referred to the ancient link between Kashi and Tamil Nadu, talking about how the links have been there in the past, spiritual links, spiritual leaders and Swamis and priests who have travelled all the way from Tamil Nadu to Kashi and various other important religious sites in the northern part of the country, talking about these ancient and historical ties. All of this is also quite significant in terms of the messaging that the government is trying to give out. Neerja Chaudhary.
Yes, there are, in symbolism, one thing I must say, everything the Prime Minister does is what the word that is associated with him is bhavya. He wants to do everything big. And he had once said, about what bothers him most is the kalpanik daridrata that exists, not attempting big enough things. So that is what he represents. This occasion has been crafted beautifully. It's so replete with symbolism. You talked about it, the Prime Minister doing a sashtang in front of those adinams, meaning who represent dharma, the ruler doing a sashtang before it is replete with messaging. So also the north-south thing, reaching out to the south. Of course, there is the political messaging, for the BJP to be reaching out to the south. But it is very important, the north-south element, because as Shekhar Iyer was saying, after the delimitation that will be attempted in 2026, there are lots of fears in the southern states that because of their populations having declined, their numbers in the new parliament may also decline. So again, it's a reach out to the south. What comes to my mind, as I watch all this is, and with the Selong also, it's been very controversial, and historians have asked for evidence, on whether it was presented to Nehru or Mountbatten. There are controversies on that. But what comes to my mind really today is, what we need for the first task for this new parliament is to reduce the bitterness and the contention between the government side and the opposition. Who does it, how it's done, I don't know. But there is a need to address that.
Well, yes, there is certainly a trust deficit. The acrimony between the Treasury benches and the opposition has been seen in the past two sessions at least, where we've seen virtual washouts also session after session. Mr. Rajgopalan, that's a very important point, that at the end of the day, we may have a new house, but the house has to function. That's what citizens expect. And that certainly is the responsibility of both sides.